Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure diorama review. Today, we're going to look at the Spinmaster 6-inch scale Batcave. This is part of a brand new DC line from Spinmaster, 6-inch DC figures. Weird thing is, they seem to be going straight to discount stores. This guy was found at Ross, and to my knowledge, there have been no sightings online or in retail stores for regular price. I'm hoping to get the entire 6-inch DC line, but to my knowledge, nothing else has shown up. I want to give a huge shout to my boy, B-Man Brandon's Toys for Instagram for finding this for me and sending it my way, because it seems to be hitting the West Coast and not trickling its way out to my area. And it is a pretty basic looking Batcave. I mean, it's small, looks really just like sort of a Batman elevator, but I have every Batcave in the 6 or 7-inch scale, so I wanted to get this one as well. So let's take a look at the packaging. And as you can see, DC, Batcave, Playset. The Batman logo. It comes with an exclusive black suit 6-inch Batman. Bat signal in a couple places. You can see Batman through the little window there. Here he is in the elevator of the Batcave. Here he is on a zipline. At the back, Batman at the top. Here's the regular barcode if that helps anybody. As you can see, it was at Ross for only $15. So with no further ado, let's open it up. And of course, I did get 2 of these Batcaves, one of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. So Spinmaster is launching this brand new 6-inch scale DC line. And they're cheaper, aimed at kiddies, which is fine. Here's an image of some of the 6-inch figures. I think this image is from the UK. We have Flash, Batman, Superman, Robin, and the Joker. If anybody out there has a lead on where I'm able to order them, please drop me in the comments below. It's much appreciated. To my knowledge, they have not hit the US. I'm expecting them to hit Ross stores, but maybe they'll hit Walmart's. Who knows? Spinmaster allegedly has the DC license through the middle of 2026. Alright, now that we got this diorama and figure out of the package, here it is laid out in front of you. So this is definitely a very basic playset. It's aimed at little kids. I knew it was going to be crappy, but I'll tell you, it has definitely surpassed my expectations in that regard. But I'm still happy to have it. I want any 6 or 7-inch scale Batcaves in my collection. If they suck, I just won't use them, but I still want them in the collection. So in front of you, we have a 6-inch scale Batman figure in an all-black suit. We have a 6-inch scale Batcave. I see a railing, a missile launcher, a couple of missiles, a sort of grappling launcher, bat signal, and a little slide or ramp. In this video, we're going to take a look at the figure first, and then we'll check out the Batcave, measurements, action features. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's check out this Batman. I've been curious about the Spinmaster 6-inch DC line for a long time. This is different than the Ninja line and the Superman line. It's more like a sort of general DC comic line. So here's a look at this Batman. And I'm well aware this is a 6-inch kiddie line. They're very cheap. The 6-inch Spinmaster DC figures sell for between $8 and $10. They're not going to be these super articulated, super detailed comic figures. They are what they are for a certain age group. But I do love 6-inch Batman figures. So let's take a look. Alright, start with his face. It's not bad. I mean, it looks like a 4-inch figure upscaled, and that's pretty much more or less what it is. Ears are semi-short. The face gets a little bit sort of fat in the middle. I feel like it should be maybe a little more streamlined. Flesh color seems a little pale. Eyes are wide. A little bit of expression and sculpt in the brow. Mine has a tiny bit, very tiny bit of paint sort of leak from some mask. You can see just hints of mustache. Not sure how well that shows up here. It's not too bad. The bat symbol here kinda looks like the Rebirth bat symbol. Kind of. Suit is all black. Of course, you're going to get Michael Keaton vibes off that. The belt looks good. Pretty slim. To tell you the truth, like the figure kind of reminds me of the Batman, sort of the overall shape and the belt. The way the arms are shaped kind of reminds me of the Power Attack figures Mattel made a while ago. And that's not really a compliment. Legs have no articulation in the knees or the elbows. That sucks. Cape is made sort of a soft goods material. Kind of hard. Mine's a little bit sort of bent from the packaging. So, It literally feels like a 3.7 inch figure, but it's 6 inches. And once again, that is not a compliment. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Like I said, it's okay. It's not bad. I'd say it's actually probably pretty good for the price point and audience of this line. Now let's check out this guy's height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 5.8 inches tall, which can translate to just under 15 centimeters. And if you go to the top of the ears, right at 6 inches tall, which is disappointing. When you talk about 6-inch scale figures, there are so many different things that could mean. I mean, truly it should be 1/12 scale, which this guy actually is. But if you're true 1/12 scale, like SH Figure Arts or Figma or these guys, then they're just small compared to everything else that is quote-unquote 6 inches tall. Marvel Legends, Mafex, Mezco, they're probably more like 1/11 scale, sort of between 6 and 7 inch, and that's what I prefer when I get a 6-inch scale figure. Long story short, this guy is incredibly on the small side of things for 6-inch figures, and for his articulation. So, starting with his head, of course, it can rotate side to side. The arms simply go up and down, and they seem like they're a little bit too long. The hands are just very large grip. No waist swivel. The legs simply go forward and back. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for articulation. That is very disappointing compared to some of the other stuff Spinmaster put out in the 6-inch scale. And just to give you an idea how it fits in next to a Mattel DC Universe Classics Batman or McFarlane DC Multiverse. See, he's 6 inches tall. The guy on the left is closer to 6.5, and the guy on the right, 7 inches. And here, next to a couple more Mattel 6-inch scale sort of kiddie or cheaper figures. On the left, we have the Batman Limited or Total Armor Black Batman figure, and on the right, the Total Heroes Batman. The proportions kind of remind me of the Batman Unlimited Batman as far as the legs being kind of big and the arms, but not nearly as bad or exaggerated. Here the Spinmaster 6-inch comic Batman, next to a Spinmaster 6-inch Ninja Robin and Nightwing. And here, next to a bunch of Spinmaster 6-inch Superman movie figures. And now, to turn our attention toward the Batcave, which is really the sort of main draw of the set. In front of you, we have a bunch of different pieces. Let's go put them all together, and then check out this cave. But I guess first, let's sort of look at this thing. Bat symbol here. A little doorway here that leads to nothing. Elevator. Transparent tube. Opening a little door here. Pretty hollow on the inside, but you have 2 levels for your figures. And that's pretty much about it. Also wanted to kind of look at this bat signal, and it damn sure looks like this thing should light up. I mean, the way the front's done, but there's no button. You could, unscrew it, probably take it apart, but it definitely does not light up. And so here it is, fully assembled. Really added the bat signal, the missile launcher, and the grapple thing on the top. The ramp, I believe, goes onto the back, and that's it. That is your cave. Little rock details on the outside are okay. I mean, everything's sort of basic and kind of cheapo, but it's a cheapo, low-priced playset for kids. It definitely achieves its goal for what it is, but I'd say, overall, it's very disappointing, and I think a lot of kids would probably feel the same way. Unless you're, like, 3 or 4. So let's go check out the measurements of this thing, and then we'll check out the action features. From bottom to the top of the actual Batcave itself, about 13.5 inches tall. The top of the tallest attachment, about 18 inches tall. How wide is it? About 9 inches wide, maybe 8.5. And how deep is it front to back? About 5 inches. And now for the action features. On the front of the cave here, you have this door. The door opens up, and there's really nothing inside. I guess this could be a suit vault, or just you're pretending it's the entrance to the Batcave. This little transparent pipe on the side. No idea what the purpose of that thing is. So next, as we go further up, we have this little bat symbol on the front of the cave. And you can kind of push it out from the inside, and I guess you have like a little sort of looking hole for Batman to look out of, I guess. On the side here, we have this sort of gate or mesh wall. Now, at first I thought, oh, this is probably a jail cell for your figures, because these Batcaves, the sort of kiddier ones, always seem to have that. I don't really think that's what it is. I mean, this is just the regular part of the cave. It just sort of opens up, I guess, so Batman can come out in a non-traditional way. On the back side, we have pretty much an empty, basic looking lair. There's room, a little bit of surface area to put your figure inside, but really no detail whatsoever going down here. And I think the sort of ramp piece goes here as if you're driving a vehicle out or walking out of here. It's really the only place I can see this sort of slide thing, which I know is more like a ramp, fitting in. Nowhere on the box is this thing pictured in any way, shape, or form. And then we have the second level here, which is equally void of details. You have the little looking hole, this gate that opens up, and that's really about it. But in all reality, this thing has a lot more surface area for your figures. Between the two, you put like 5, 6, 8 figures in here. Even though I don't have any other 6-inch Spinmaster DC figures from this line specifically, I do have them from other Spinmaster 6-inch DC lines. Here's Batman at the bottom level. He fits. Not a lot of clearance though. Here's Batman on the second level, and he only fits on the right-hand side. Are you kidding me? You can't even put the figure in this part? Then what is the point of all this area? Oh my god, that is just dumb. And here's a look at the Justice League and some Bat family members in this Batcave. These are all Spinmaster 6-inch figures. They fit in the bottom just fine. But at the top, I cannot believe they don't fit in the main area. A 6-inch Mattel or 7-inch McFarlane figure will never fit inside this thing in any way, shape, or form. And then that'll take us to the top of the Batcave. Far left, we have this bat signal, which has the ability to sort of be hinged. Can't really rotate. All these things click into place up top. Next, we have this missile launcher. A figure should be able to sort of hold onto the back. It does not have any sort of articulation, but it does have this actual missile, which you can fire. And then finally we have this little grapple launcher thing. It's got a Batman sort of a hook or handle, and you can pull it out about that far, not too bad, and you can simply just sort of crank it back up with Batman holding onto it. Here's Batman holding onto that thing. That's why his hand is so big. And it works. Works okay. Take him down. And crank him right back up. And then the last action feature is this elevator. As you can see, we have Batman inside of this thing. So it can go to all 3 levels. It's on the base. There's this little third thing at the top. Push it up. There, he's on the second floor. And it really can't connect to the actual part on the inside. You just have to pretend. And then you can go all the way to the top and access all his different various bat gadgets. Batman's at the top. He can grapple down. He can use the missile launcher or the bat symbol. Now to take a look at my Batcaves. Here's my extreme sets, sort of portable Batcave. This one can be folded away. And then let's check out my main Batcave in the closet to my Batman room. Now to take a look at my Batcave in Wayne Manor. My Batcave is in a walk-in closet, which is an offshoot of my main Batman room. At the bottom here, we have the Batcave, trophies, vehicles, etc. Above that, more Batcave. We have computers, labs, more trophies. Above that, we have part of the Wayne Manor. Above that, more of the Wayne Manor. And above that, a whole bunch of different Bat vehicles. So let's take a closer look. Starting with the side here, we have 2 of these Mattel giant Batcave playsets, one from Justice League, one from Batman vs Superman. As we go further down at the bottom, a couple bat cycles, some more bat cycles, some more bat cycles, and some more bat cycles. Here are those Batman trophies, the Joker card, T-Rex, and the coin. I suspended the Joker card in midair, just like I said. Found a fantastic home for these guys. We have some more Bat vehicles in the background. Here is this giant Kenner Batman Forever Batcave playset. Absolutely fantastic. Harold Alnut working on a couple Bat cycles. Batmobile. A few more Batmobiles, Bat vehicles. DC Direct Batcave. Some Batman armored suits. Flying Fox. The DC Direct Batman Animated Series Batwing. Hot Toys the Bat. More Batman armored suits. Trophies. Bat Computer. Batman and Alfred with the Jason Todd Memorial. Bat Gadgets. Bat Lab. Bat Vault. More computers. And then the Wayne Manor. All off to the side here. Just wall-mounted McFarlane's Batwing. Bedroom. Living area. A lot more lounging and living areas. It even goes into Alfred's kitchen. And then more of the Wayne Manor. Ending with Damian Wayne's bedroom. And then the top. Space a big issue. These are all the Bat vehicles from more or less 90s, 2000s to now. Space a big issue, and it's a pain in the ass when I have to get some of them down. That is for sure. But what sparked this whole video was getting these badass trophies. Hell yes. Really enhances my... This Spinmaster Batcave really reminds me of the 6-inch scale Mattel Batman Unlimited Batcave. Although, I must say, that one is far superior. It's bigger, more surface area, better play and display space, etc. So overall, this is a pretty mediocre at best Batcave. Who am I kidding? It's pretty bad. This is probably the worst 6-inch scale Batcave that I have, and I have every single one of them. Mattel's basic versions, Batman Unlimited, and this one takes the cake as being the worst 6 or 7-inch scale Batcave ever made. And you do have to take into consideration, it's meant for a certain age of people. I think it's like ages 3+. But I think if I was like a 5 or 6-year-old kid, I don't think I'd be very happy with this thing. I mean, sure, it's a base for your Batman figures. But are you kidding me? It doesn't even fit in the second level? Come on. This thing is cheap. I think it retails for $25, at least that's what the packaging said. And it was $14. And that's about what it's worth. I mean, don't get me wrong, you get a lot of plastic here. I'm sure it's worth more than $14 actual dollars. But this thing is just bad. I expected it to be crappy. But like I said at the beginning, it has far surpassed my expectations. But I do keep in mind, it's definitely not intended for the adult collectors. It's not for your McFarlane DC Multiverse Fest. But it's not even good for the Spinmaster stuff. I feel like they could have made a Batcave about this size for the 3-inch figures, and it probably could have been kind of cool, because they would actually fit inside. There'd be a lot more stuff you could do. A 6-inch Batcave needs to be a little bigger, and have some features that are actually worth it. The gate that opens, garbage. Elevator, garbage. The door that opens in front, garbage. The little peeping hole, garbage. I know I'm judging this as an adult collector, but I think even as a kid, I'd be sorely disappointed. If I were to rate this thing, I'm going to give it an unprecedented, probably 3 out of 10. It is all kinds of bad. And I was on the hunt for this thing for a while, and to tell you the truth, if I go back in time, I would do it exactly the same way, because I do want this in my collection, even though it sucks. This will not be incorporated in my overall Batcave, as it's too sort of kiddish and childlike. Probably going to go into a box, or out in the garage, or upstairs in the extra room. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.